Hello, everyone. I welcome you to another podcast series with me Uncertainty and Anxiety. This particular episode, I would like to share with you something from my own life, my struggle with anxiety, and what you could do in order to use some basic tips that could really help combat it. Uncertainty. If you really look around and observe things around you, wherever you are, whoever you are, you would find that there is no such thing in this world around us, in the environment, at workplace, at home, even in relationships. And if we look inward about our own thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which carries a tag of certainty, there is nothing to feel about a certain thing with certainty. We need to put in effort. Otherwise, if you really observe, sometimes we wake up to days which are cloudy, dusty, humid, and warm. Sometimes we wake up to bright, fresh, sunny days. No one ever know what's going to happen next, the next moment, hour, or by the minute. Uncertainty is a universal principle that applies to each living and non-living thing, and it's prevalent everywhere. At the other end, if you really look at anxiety, where a feeling where we feel apprehensive about a particular outcome, both uncertainty and anxiety goes hand in hand. My own story goes back to 2009, and a few days ago, while I was trying to clean up my bookshelf, I came across a journal that I used to write, and it was gifted to me by my mentor. This was in 2009, almost 11 plus years ago. And while I was turning those pages, I was smiling at my own thoughts. But one thing that caught my attention was a constant worry that I held about my father and his health, because he has been a chain smoker. 11 years down the line today, my father is fine, but he has turned into a chronic heart patient. We've been in and out of hospitals several times. He's undergone 3 stents in his heart and is on a lot of medications plus a completely different diet. While I have always remained anxious about his health, what I found in my journal was, in way back in 2009, I was as anxious, as worried about the outcome, even though at that time he was a working professional, so was I. 11 years down the line, he's a retired professional, and I running my own establishment. A lot of things changed, but what remained constant even today is my constant worry about his health. Only then, while I was journaling now with my coach, I understood that regardless of how apprehensive or stressed out I may become, things turn out to be the way they're supposed to turn out to be. We hold no control over the outcome. So did I do a good thing by being adding up so much stress in the past 11 years to my nervous system? Well, I don't think I did. And therefore the reason why many a times I also need to go to my coach to find a way out when I find myself stuck in worries and anxiety. Friends, I would also like to share with you through the story of my own that regardless of how much we really worry, there's an underneath principle in anxiety, which is we do not control the outcomes. And then when we try to do so by simply worrying, the only thing we do is we exhaust ourselves in it. So my coach taught me through coaching many methods and ways through which I have been able to really combat my anxiety to a very large extent. But this happened in the past 1 or 2 years only. Prior to that, 8 years, I suffered and suffered a lot. I was mentally, physically exhausted with the worry and anxiety that loomed in my nervous system. So today I come to you also with certain tips that you could use. First being, seek help. Don't think when we feel worry or anxious, it simply goes away on its own. Few things really need to be channelized, and for that, sometime we may need help of either a therapist, a coach, a mentor, a counselor. Other than that, take care of your diet, which plays a key factor of what we feed to our bodies and how our nervous system works. The third most important thing is to strengthen your nervous system because most of our stress and worries are stored in it. Try using guided meditations, deep breathing, and yoga. Because when I brought that into my life, of the way I used to feel anxious way back in 2009 to how I now respond to things, which has really undergone a lot, but the uncertainty continues. Therefore, I would say, regardless of whether we worry or not, some things in life stays uncertain. We just don't know what will happen next. So the best way is to really build our nervous system to be more responsive than being reactive. And when I really started building that up, it really helped me a big deal. I started with yoga, followed by meditation, followed by a change in diet and lifestyle changes, which even today are helping me reap long term benefits and profound results. Besides this, my regular coach, through whom I undertake a lot of coaching, has been one of the single most factor that has really helped me not just being a good coach myself, but also to balance my life. While at one end I'm a caregiver, and at the other end I'm also a coach to many just like you. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Thank you for being my audience, and I'll talk to you soon.